What's up, ladies and gents? This is KSigKid coming at you with another Destiny video. Today it's Wednesday and yesterday was reset. That means that we did the Nightfall last night. So buckle up, we're going to go through the Nightfall, we're going to do the Darkblade Nightfall, we're going to take them down, and we're going to root for some exotics. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Again, week in and week out, we do the Nightfall. We're probably one of the few Destiny players who actually does the Nightfall every single week. I don't know why we do it. Maybe it's because we still need 330 ghost shells. But I do know that there are those of you out there that at least run it once. Maybe once a week just to see if you could potentially get anything awesome from the Nightfall. Not all of the time does it happen, but every now and then it does happen. So we enjoy that little bit of good fortune and good luck. So one cool thing is I am really enjoying the powered up supers that we have. Before, there is no way I would have been able to take down all of those major enemies with my Stormcaller Stormtrance. So it's really nice to have a little bit of power under our belts. A pretty cool thing, so definitely a kudos to Bungie on that one. It's really nice to have these super moves and make them actually feel super and be able to do something in high tier gameplay. Now, one cool thing, the reason why I'm actually showing this clip is showing off these witches over here. And first off, oops, I made a mistake. Somebody put a shrieker there, but I'm going to take them down right here. And there goes one wizard, and there goes another. Bye. I do not know where you went, witch. I don't know where you went. You're somewhere down there, wherever it is. You're being called home, maybe by the Taken King. Maybe you were being called home by Crota. But you're gone, and we fare thee well, witch. We fare thee well. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about what's actually going on with the Nightfall this week. We have a couple modifiers going on, and one of them is match game. And match game is the reason why I was shooting those witches with my raid heavy machine gun. Pretty much, if you're not matching up enemies that have shields with the light color element, you're gonna have a rough go of it. In fact, before I ended up getting Yagami and Devil in the group, I was starting off the Nightfall on my own. And I was going through the Dreadnought, I was getting down right underneath the dungeon, and I had some of those major witches to go. And since I just started up the game, I didn't have any heavy ammo or anything. My sniper rifle was void, and I had nothing to fire at all to deal with those witches. I had no chance in taking down their shields, no chance at all. And Yagami ended up coming in, he ended up switching over to a solar sniper rifle, and we were able to go through it. But I was just like, wow, yeah, match game, you really want to make sure you at least have elements that are going to be worthwhile to deal with the various shields that you might encounter. So pretty much in the beginning stages of this Nightfall, you'll see some solar shields, so make sure somebody's at least got a solar sniper rifle or something to deal out some solar damage. The raid heavy machine gun will work just fine. You just need to make sure you have the heavy ammo for it. And then in the later stages, Void does pretty well because there are some major enemies that have Void shields around. One time, I saw an Arc Shield, and that was just one major Taken Cabal enemy in the room with all of the Shriekers. I saw one like that, and we didn't even bother with him because we ended up killing the other enemies, which went down really easily. We ended up killing them and just running past him. So I would say make sure you've got some solar and some void power going on, and you should be just fine. So that's match game. You also have exposure on, and I know a lot of people really hate exposure. I don't mind it all that much. Exposure means that your shields are going to be really powerful. You're just not going to be able to recharge them as quick as you can. It says that your shields don't recharge, but they do. It's just they recharge really slowly. So I don't personally find exposure to be much of a problem. If you've got some things like your Titan Bubble with Blessing of Light, if you've got your perk on your Stormcaller where you can regenerate your health upon casting, if you have your grenade in melee up, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. I don't really think that you're going to run into any problems with exposure. Finally, what we have going on in our favor is Specialist. And this is one of the reasons why we were able to melt through enemies with our sniper rifle, because Specialist is on. So with Specialist on, if you're hitting one of those enemies with a shield that you're matching up with, you're going to really wreck them. You're going to wreck through their shield. You're going to demolish them. And major enemies don't stand much of a chance at all to any of your sniper rifles. So I made sure that I went through with a void sniper rifle on all 3 of my runs. And you can see that we do have one Telesto in here. Devil's actually rocking out the Telesto. Telesto is always a good choice whenever Specialist is on. The reason why I was using a sniper rifle is because I know that leading up to this fight, there are a lot of far-range encounters that can go on. But no matter what you pick, your special weapon is always going to deal out the most damage, while your primary and heavy weapons are going to deal out reduced damage in this Nightfall. So that's also why I'm rocking out a scout rifle, because scout rifles have a little bit more punch to each of their bullets. So we can see that from my 3 of coins, I grabbed a helmet Ingram, and that means I can't pick up my Darkblade helm, so I have no idea, even still to this day, even still today, I still have no idea exactly what I ended up grabbing on that helmet. Again, the Darkblade helmet is a strike-specific drop. You can get that or the fusion rifle, which has a massive amount of impact from this boss, from beating the Darkblade this week. So special weapons and helmets could get up to 335 gear from this Nightfall if you're lucky enough. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part, everybody's favorite disappointing part of the video, seeing what the Nightfall actually dropped for us. And for run number 1, it's not too shabby at all, at least for people that aren't me. So Devil got a Helm of Inmost Light, Yagami got a Patience in Time, and I got hot garbage in the form of a legendary hand cannon that has no range. So yeah, thank you Nightfall. Moving on to our hunter for Nightfall run number 2. The Darkblade comes in, he thinks he's going to get the drop on us, he does not, and I see that I get yet another 3 of coins exotic drop. This time it's a primary exotic Ingram we've got, so we're doing pretty well with the 3 of coins so far in this week's Nightfall. But are we going to get anything from those end screen rewards, because that's what the Nightfall is all about, the end screen rewards. So on our hunter, we already started off pretty well. For run number 2 though, we're looking at some more junk. Some more serious junk. I've got just this disgusting looking helmet. Yagami got himself a class item, and a Burden of Proof for Devil Dog, which is a really cool shotgun if you have the old vendor rolls with full auto. It's a really nice PvE shotgun. He did not have that, so unfortunately, not so hot. And finally, our last Darkblade to fell for the week, and we ended up taking him down. We can see that we've got solar flares all over the place, some jumping snipes, he crumbles to the ground, the Darkblade is no more for this week, and whenever the fire all clears up, we can see that I actually had myself a 3rd exotic Ingram. So 3 for 3 with 3 of coin exotic Ingrams this week. Not too bad at all. 3 exotics from this Nightfall, even though the end screen rewards were not treating me too fairly. The 3 of coins, they stepped in and they said that I deserve just a little bit of good RNG, and that doesn't happen all that often, and it definitely does not happen all that often for the Nightfalls. And finally, looking at our end screen, our last chance at getting sweet loot from the Nightfall for the Warlock, we end up grabbing ourselves, of course, a Ghost Shell. A Ghost Shell. Though Devil Dog is absolutely killing it, yet another exotic, an Apotheosis Veil, and a Sparrow. So, poor Yagami got himself another class item. I got a Ghost Shell, Devil Dog walked away with 2 exotics, I walked away with 3 exotics from 3 of coins, so not too bad. Exotics all over the place this week. That's what we got. Anyway, guys and gals, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, smack that like button and subscribe to the channel. Check out these awesome videos. Good luck with your raids, your drops, your Nightfall, and I'll see you around in Destiny. Exotic. Hi.